Welcome to Newsflow TV 247. Please don't forget to like this program, comment, share, and subscribe. Remain blessed. I come across one video on Twitter. So as a Yoruba man, I think I should quickly come out and tell our people what is going on, and for us to prepare and to be very, very careful. You see, Yoruba, I don't know why it's happened like this. We are surrounded by enemies. It's very, very unfortunate that the enemy that we have seen as enemy is better than the one that is pretend to be friend, but unfortunately is an enemy. If anybody, me myself, if you ask me now that who is the worst enemy of Yoruba man now, I would say it's Fulani, because historically, several times we have encountered Fulani. If not for God, they will have overrun all this place. In the 18th century, I'm from Okuku. My daddy told me the history of how people from Ilorin wanted to overrun all this place, Okuku. They were shifted to Ikirun. It was because of this war, the war that they call Jalumi War, Ogun Jalumi. That time the Fulani, they make attempts to overrun our place, but we thank God that we were able to keep them at bay. We can say how Fulani have been able to claim Ilorin up to this moment. We can able to trace how Fulani has dislodged our people, Oyo, from the old Oyo town to where they are today. But what about the enemy that are pretending to be our friend, but actually they are our enemy and they are stabbing us behind? If I want to, in my own belief, I thought Igbo people, they are our partner in progress, because if you look at it, they come to our place in a peaceful manner, rent shop, rent house, do business. Wherever you see them, you see business, you see progress. But what about the attempt to take over our place, to take over our political inheritance? I came across that video and I'm worried that Yoruba, we have to be very, very careful of these people. And henceforth, we know have issue with any Yoruba that see that Igbo is like they want to take over our political, heritage, most especially Lagos State. And I'm surprised. I don't know why they are so obsessed about Lagos State. And the same Lagos State, you will say there is nothing there. Even if the lady is not from Igbo side, but immediately he said that all Igbo embrace it. That copper that said Lagos State was smelling, immediately he said it, all Igbo, yes, Lagos State is smelling. But the place that is smelling, you want to hijack it. Yoruba will say, eniran yodun, si diju. Sonu, majo yiku. That means you said if a particular movie is not interesting, but you refuse to close your eyes, and we ask you to throw something away, to throw a particular meat away. You said a meat is a bone. We said you should throw it away. You said there is a little bit of a meat there. This particular Lagos State, I don't know why Igbo are so obsessed with Lagos State and obsessed with Yoruba land. If you listen to this video, they are claiming that they will dislodge us and rule in our land, which I think it as a dream. But at the same time, we should not overlook it. We should not overlook it at all. And the Yoruba should be aware that we are surrounded by our enemies. The hard one, which is Fulani, and the softened one, which is, of course, Igbo people. I'm not making this video to create, disunity or to foment a tribal disparity. But you yourself, look at this video. If you are a Yoruba man, how can you listen to this kind of video and you will not be scared? So, found it worth that as to let Yoruba know that they should not go and sleep, and instead of all this fighting over, I mean, the superiority between Alaafin and Ooni of Ife, we should concentrate on how we are going to consolidate, I mean, our supremacy, Yoruba supremacy over other. Not that we will be facing each other and kill each other, or try to say it's Alaafin that is superior. You know, when we Alaafin proof that he is more superior than any AC or Satan of Sokoto. So even before the I mean, political campaign started, you can listen to this video and see what they are fomenting is going to be it this time around. Thank you very much. Until I come on your way next time to give, I mean, analysis on some other issue. Remain blessed, and please don't forget to like and press the notification button and subscribe if I have not done so. Remain blessed.
We must take Lagos. Must. The people who want to keep it are fighting. We that want to take it must fight harder. The people who want to keep it are threatening. We that have to take it must prepare for that threat. There is no new thing they are going to do now in Lagos. We already know what they will do. Therefore, we must prepare in our large numbers to go to our polling unit. You must encourage your parents that came out before. You must tell your friends that don't have PVC, come and help me protect my parents. We are going to vote so that you will live in Lagos, so that I will live in Lagos, so that we can protect ourselves. Because if we do not take Lagos, I do not know if you can still stay in Lagos. To stay in Lagos, you have to win Lagos. It is that straight. To remain there, we must win. To remain there, to do that your business, for your parents to go to that church, for you to stay in that estate, to enter that bus, that Marua, you must win. It has come to that. Tinubu has brought the country to precipice. The only way is to defeat them so we can lock them up and send them to jail. The only way is to defeat them so we can put them in prison where they belong. We must. It is not a matter of what you must fear is fear itself. That fear you have is what you should be afraid of. Because these people do not care whether you voted or not. They will attack you in your shop, in your house, on your street.
To him, I will commit suicide. I will. If I'm someone from Yoruba land and someone comes to my city and I'm struggling, the person comes there, just within a space of 10 years, I will sell my father's land, my father's house to him, and then use 70% of it to do Owambe, and then use the other one to smoke, and then in 6 months I'm back to Omonile. I will commit suicide. Just within a space of 10 years, I will sell my father's land, my father's house, because it has shown that I am useless. It has shown that I cannot have any good impact in this world. And that is what happens with greater percentage of people that live in Lagos. I heard what someone said here. The truth is that most of all these people that drag Lagos are not even Lagosians. They don't even know where they are. They are like slaves. They are like slaves. Some of them, they don't even know their mother because of the nature of the cultural exhibition and phenomenon of Yoruba culture. They are promiscuous in nature, that they don't protect family lineage. So the person that they call father may not even be their father. So they've been living in Lagos, and when you ask them where are you from, they will tell you Osun State. Where in Osun? An average person you see will tell you he's from Ijebu. When was the last time you went to Ijebu? They can't remember. That is not the case of an Igbo person. So they find it very hard to understand how these people build two lives. An average Igbo person builds two lives. One is in the east and one is wherever he's based. Because there's a saying in Igbo language that says, Ebonyi bikona wachi. Anywhere you see an Igbo man, he will be well established. At the same time, when you follow him to his village, you will know he's an Odogu. The name Odogu is not just a fanciful name. It's a name that stands for a man that really understands the nature of Igbo-ness in him. Knowing that whenever we are done doing all these things we are doing in the city, follow me, go back home. You will know where I'm coming from. So it's beyond their imagination that since the war ended in 1970, they were thinking that they will have an advantage over these people, that we are giving 20 pounds, but feet growing exponentially. So their parents had this grudge, this beef against Igbos, and they fought not just themselves. They hired Britain, Russia, Egypt, and other countries, and yet they couldn't really decimate these people completely. So they are upset that their fathers failed in establishing themselves. Now they are in their youthful age, and they have seen exactly the same pattern of life that their fathers failed is manifested in their own life. So sometimes when you look at it, it's not really something I take too personally. I see it as a bunch of failures. So that's why you will see someone that is living in gutter, living in areas in Lagos. Lagos is a cesspit. Lagos smells like an abattoir. Anybody that's walked in Lagos and have lived in Lagos will tell you. The reason why people come there is because of opportunities. So do not even see it as people really like coming to a place where they wake up 4 o'clock in the morning to get to work before 8 and then leave their workplace at 8 to get to work, to get home before midnight. That is not life. An average life of someone living in Lagos State is actually 47 years old. So if you are in Lagos and you are 47 years old, you're already an ancestor because you should have died. That's how bad that city is. But then people glorify it because there is no other option in Nigeria. That is why you will see someone that is on the timeline dropping their OPay or PAMPay account, but then is standing on a mandate of a man that is utterly useless. So when you see these things, don't really feel so sad. Feel sorry for them. Feel sorry. Because in every aspect of human index development, you cannot match whatever that is going on in the south with what is going on in the southwest, excluding Lagos, because Lagos has that preference. Do you know the reason they don't want to build the Apapa road? For the last 10 years, they've been working on Apapa road. They know why. Do you know the demurrage if you send your container to Nigeria today? Do you know the demurrage you're going to be paying in that Apapa? Because by the time the trailer that will take your container out of wharf will get there, we're paying demurrage of 50,000 per day. So they are making money for the people that feel they own Lagos. So they are not going to make things work. My last point. The reason why Nigeria will never work and for you to have a system where there will be quality is because they know once there's a level playing ground, Igbo people will be at the top. The only time Nigeria experienced exponential economic growth was when you had the Igbos in the civil service. And that was the reason they were upset. And that was the reason Zachary said that if they can't find another white person, they would rather find an expatriate, someone they will pay, but they will never allow Igbo people to come into power. They know that the moment an Igbo person comes to power, an average Igbo person is a Republican. And that's why people say that, Igbos will prefer to pay or bring in an outside instead of bringing their own brother, because an average Igbo person will want someone that can do the job, regardless of if you're an Igbo person or not. It is only Igbo people that do like that. They want job to be done. Every other person, including Yorubas, I worked in Lagos for 10 years, and I can tell you this categorically. They will bring their brother. They know that this brother is lazy. They will keep the person in the office to be constituting nuisance. An Igbo person will sack you the next day. Even if you're my brother from the village, if you're not performing as you should, I will sack you the next day. But they will not do that because they want someone to be doing the ballet, babami, morning, afternoon, night, constituting nuisance. I'm not saying that this is every one of them, because I've worked with I have friends that are of Yoruba extraction, but I can tell you that the majority of them, when you say majority, then you can do the math, probably. Maybe there's no figure because we don't even know how many we are in Nigeria. That's why they claim that Igbos are minority when Igbos are not. You can say that our landmass is small, but in terms of population, we are not minority. Things have happened to prove this. The last election proved it. If you have a decent, free and fair election in Lagos State and Igbo people support one person, the person will win with a landslide margin. They know this thing, so they are afraid. All these things, 1 minute, okay. All these things you are seeing is just their manifestation of the fear they have in them, that if you allow these people to keep growing at this rate, that they will wake up one day and they will chase them down to Chad. Because if you give Igbo people more 10 years in Lagos, I can tell you categorically, the Yorubas will become minority and they will turn to complete beggars. They will be beggars littered all over Lagos. And this will be the people that call themselves owner of Lagos. I'm not saying you don't have wonderful Yorubas. I'm saying that the minions, the twats that are on social media making noise and saying that they are standing on mandate and supporting all forms of abuse, intimidation, harassment, killing that is going on in Lagos State, these people don't even matter in the grand scheme of things. Let me yield here. Thank you for the opportunity. Imperfect.
Thank